I think we're ready. Are we ready? In fact, I think we are. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back after a very long hiatus of 2 weeks since the last stream. I think the last one was on a Hallows Eve. Well, what do you know? But anyway, yeah, it's been a while. You know, work and stuff like that. But I wanted to get in a little bit of stream time, right? I mean, it can never hurt a YouTube channel. I'm just kidding though. Obviously, as I got more responsibility, I'm gonna have to, move away from the YouTube thing, probably in the near future. So, I'm gonna make the best out of the time I got. But, for now, I found some time, so we're gonna do it. And that's basically Sonic Forces. Um, if you guys have been watching, a lot of Let's Players have been hating on this game, and I'm probably gonna be one of them. Because there's a lot of stuff I don't like about this game, but there's also a lot of stuff to, yeah, well, it's such a complicated game to talk about, because it literally had all of the building blocks for success, and then somehow started to just be unappealing to me at the very beginning, like after the second trailer, and then that was the alarm bell for me, because I love all things Sonic. I didn't immediately dislike Lost World either. Like, I thought it was an okay build, and I played the demo, so I was like, okay, this is okay, and then played the full game and did not like it very much. But again, it's not from the team that made that, it's from the team that made Collision Generations. Or so you would think. Not exactly the case either, because apparently the level designer didn't actually... The level designers, which only 3 of them, didn't actually do much in the Collision Generations, a lot of that kind of stuff. But as you guys can see, I'm well a ways into this game. I've beaten it completely. I've done a lot of the secret and extra missions. And I'll say they're not as good as Generations. They're not terrible though. I mean, they do provide a challenge, I guess. Some of them do. Like, I know I really hate. Where is it? Flying Pod. Here we go. Flying Pod. I hate that level. I S ranked it, yeah, but that's just because I'm a completionist, doesn't know any better. And one of the big things for this game has been the avatar, and as you guys can tell, it's your own create a character kind of thing. I've been really enjoying it so far, as you guys can probably tell from the catalog of avatars we got here. So let's go through them. I got my little dog. His name is Lamplord. He belongs to a bunch of monarchs. You may have heard of them before. They are the lamp crushers of old. That's the reason that you don't never see lamps, other than of course street lamps in Sonic games, because they crushed them all. So except for the ones that they couldn't reach, like the street signs. That's exactly what happened. And this iteration of Lamplord is actually from the future. So yeah, that's why he has the Time Squad get up that he has. And he's gone through multiple eras of time. As you can see, the Knights, the Round Table, he was the Golden Knight. He also dabbled a little bit in the 1800s, as you can tell. But he was just my first avatar. Don't mean to brag, but what's it called? Firebrand over here is also pretty edgy, as you guys can tell. He was branded by the fires of the wildfire that took down his entire forest, and just like Smokey, he now tries to avenge the woodland critters that perished in that fire, but in a lot more of an edgy way. And yeah. We also have a few others, and I hit the wrong button. I used the wrong button to confirm. Let's see. So which one should we go to next? I'm so excited. Oh, and then there's Ladybird, and Ladybird is just there. She's just a Ladybird. We don't really have a backstory for her. But maybe that is your backstory. Oh, hello, Silbury. Probably should have just taken that off. He's like, no more notifications, please. Oh, and then we have Discount Amy, Rosie the Rascal, Rosie the Rose, maybe Amy the Rascal. Her thing is that she just thinks that she's Amy. Clearly, this is not Amy, though. It is funny, though, seeing that in cutscenes, especially when you're teaming up with Sonic, because you're like, man, Amy would fangasm over this kind of stuff. And then we have Blaze the Cat, quote-unquote. Again, one of those knockoff characters I was making. I tried to make the best of them. And we have Velvet over here. So forth name for a Ruby character. Then, okay, Weiss as well. Can you see where my sister started making characters? Hint, hint. It's all the ones that are just basically nods to Ruby. RWBY, that anime, which is amazing. Speaking of child porn, how do you do? Oh, well, golly gee willikers, my friend. We're just talking about child porn? What the heck? Okay, whatever. But yeah, I was talking about my kid's sister creating avatars that are based off Ruby characters from that one anime that is a thing. I don't know. She made a cat, another cat, a really, really, really white privileged bird, and a bear. This one's actually pretty nice, honestly. I give this one props for its creativity. And this one was me. I just made Iron Man, basically. Iron Bird, pretty good. Not the best. Oh, and then this one's my super edgy one. He's his name is Sunbow, and Sunbow is actually known as the hero of the future. He is the first Super Saiyan Hedgehog. Yes, that's right, and not Supersonic Hedgehog, Super Saiyan. It's because the Hedgehogs actually met the Saiyans in space, and they just had a complete orgy, and basically, at some point, either a Hedgehog or a Saiyan had a really weird pregnancy. Made this thing. See, he has the supersonic spikes on the back, has the spiky hair on the front. It's amazing. Now, I hope you guys can top that. But enough of that. Let's actually go into a new game and start it from the very beginning, so that we can make our own stream avatar. Cause that never goes badly, right? Right, buddy? And TSMS with the JoJo reference. And by JoJo reference, I mean he literally just said JoJo. Okay. Topper. I've only seen one episode of JoJo. It was on Adult Swim. It was the dub, obviously, because if it's on Adult Swim, it's going to be the dub. And he was fighting in a school or something like that, and he ripped the soul out of somebody. I think it was Dio. Might have been Dio. Not sure about that one though. It was very funny though. Very over the top. Top of the line. Good stuff. And yeah, let's see. Let's create a new game. Gonna do either normal or hard. Normal is basically just Secret Rings or Black Knight if you've ever played those games. It's 20 rings off every time you get hit. But you can go over 100. Hard, this is basically Generations and Color style, and that's the way I like it. And it's really not that hard, honestly. It's just basically any other Sonic game. It's just how the rings are implemented, which was actually kind of smart. I will give them props on that one. It's a nice little happy medium between the super easy baby mode and the slightly less baby mode. So because neither of these, let's be honest, are honestly that difficult. With this invention, I can expand the Eggman Empire across the globe to conquer the universe. Mwahaha. But yeah, I cannot hear what they're saying. Unfortunately, that's one of the only downsides of the setup. But hey, if it allows me to give you guys HD quality footage, that's pretty nice, right? And when I get that awesome, super duper awesome camera on Black Friday, it's gonna be even better. Or maybe Cyber Monday, because I don't wanna partake in Black Friday. Let's be honest about that here. Because last time I went to Black Friday, oh man, that was amazing. It was amazing and how absolutely terrifying it was. But yeah, geez, I forgot to take the hints off. I probably should have done that, because now they're gonna be stopping us all the time. But whatever. I don't need them. See, I'm already going 100% this game. One go. I like how Infinite just kind of leaves at the end. Dude, I think Infinite died. I'm not really sure, but I think he did. Also, can we talk about how the use of... Hold on. Actually, we have to go back. Can we talk about how the Phantom Ruby makes absolutely no sense, like, at all? Like, what are its abilities? Because I thought that Mania had said that the Phantom Ruby was a time and space manipulator, right? Isn't that what they said? Because that's apparently, the team behind Forces did not get the memo on that one, because they absolutely failed to come across with that. They actually went with the virtual reality angle, which makes no sense because obviously, like, the crew were actually going through these different places in time and space, which wouldn't have existed again. It trips me out so hard, honestly. Like, how much of Mania was real, how much of it wasn't. Were they actually going back in time and space, or was it all just some fake imagination, delusion or something? I don't know, and it scares me. Oh, we missed a red ring. What the heck? Well, looks like the 100% run is over. Sorry, guys. I guess I'm just not cut out for this world. Creates illusions, but I don't know why there's sand here. And B, the worm from Lost World. Yeah, the worm from Lost World 2 doesn't make any much sense either. Also, the fact that the Luminous Jungle is just a Lost World stage. But I thought the Lost World stages were, like, somewhere else. They weren't on a continent. They were, like, floating somewhere on top of the sea. And, yeah, no, that doesn't just make any sense. Also, Green Hill. Green Hill is absolutely ginormous in this. According to the map in Sonic Forces, Green Hill covers most of the entire world, and yeah, that's pretty big. Like, where's Station Square? Where's, like, San Francisco Zone, or like Spagonia or anything? San Francisco Zone is amazing, but I mean, we get a little bit of San Francisco in this game. So is this San Francisco Zone? Because that's one heck of a makeover, if it is. Also, where are the humans? Were all the humans mutated into Furies? During the Furry War of 07? Oh wait, 08? Would it be 08? Because... yeah, I guess 08, because that's the last time we saw humans in Sonic Canon. With Unleashed and stuff, right? Unless you count the Black Knight, and of course Eggman, but whatever. I'm talking over a cutscene, aren't I? It's super edgy. And amazing. You know, the first time you watch it, but like after that, it's nothing special. It actually make a lot of sense for Mania if it was illusion. Would it though? Would it though? I guess it would, right? Because obviously that would explain a little bit of Little Planet and like why Little Planet is the way it is. Like, it's just an illusion, I guess, and it disappears at the end. Then again, it disappeared at the end of CD too. Huh. I World Green Hill, not just be out of grass and plants are in Sonic's world, instead of it just being random chunks somewhere every time. You know, that is interesting though. But under that logic, wouldn't every like green place in Sonic's world be Green Hill? And then, but they do reference Sand Hill. That's funny. In the very level that we just played, he's like, wow, Green Hill's looking a lot more like Sand Hill right about now. And that is like a place from Adventure, so Adventure is canon, but the humans are not here. Also, what happened to Mystic, the Mystic Jungle? I'm wondering about that. Is that Luminous Forest? Is that part of Luminous Forest? I'm just thinking of the geography now because of the world map of Sonic's world. Is like, exactly where is all this stuff? Because we've established a lot of places, and we're going to none of them. Oh man, but I love, that is one thing I love about the Sonic games before Colors, I guess? Because Colors, last time we saw like a brand new area. Spoiler alert, most of the places, I think almost all of them, are just returning for this game. But none of that matters now, because we're at the avatar screen, and this is the most important part of the game. Shall we go for Buck Naked or Leotard Black? I don't know. I don't know, honestly. But anyway, what I do know is that we're probably going to go ahead and do male, because I like male. Male's buck naked kind of style is more like that old classic Looney Tunes, classic Sonic the Hedgehog kind of style, so I'm going for that. I'm going more on that side. The Sandhill thing was just a hide. These tracks were built for me. Oh, well, that too, I guess. I was not thinking of lazy writing when I was thinking about like Sandhill. I was thinking like they were referencing something, but I don't know. It could be lazy writing. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Boy, so mad, so mad. But yeah. Let me see. What species should I be? You know, we could go with dog. That was my first. Wolf though. Wolf's pretty awesome ability wise. And no, rabbit actually is pretty much one of the worst. And really, I think so is bear, honestly. I don't know, I've never actually used a bear before. Which would be a good time to use it now, I guess. He called it because it was sand, not because it was a reference. Yeah, that sucks. I really wish it was a reference. I really do, honestly. But hey, what are you gonna do? Not everybody remembers the heyday. Oh my god. Those ears are so small. I've never seen that before. Wow, okay. And these are super huge, like other end of the spectrum. But I just realized with either of these, he doesn't have hair. This one he does, though. This one honestly looks the best. And for kitty cat. Oh, with a little gorgeous kitty cat. Oh, that looks nice. I think we'll go with that. They used Security Hall from SA2, most likely unknowingly. Yep, Security Hall was also a thing in SA2. Although I don't think it was on the Death Egg, because Death Egg wasn't even part of SA2, so whatever. Anyway, let's see. So what are we gonna do with this guy? I am so intrigued. We could go for just a regular flesh-colored mouth, right? Could we go for something a little bit more interesting, maybe? Huh, that looks nice, but we're not gonna keep him this way, so probably should go with something else. What in the world is that? Is that like a different shade? Oh! He's Latino. We shall go with this. For obvious reasons. Yeah, buddy. This guy, this is a cat that he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's there for the ride. He couldn't care less, right? So for such a laid-back little guy, he needs a laid-back shade of green. Just go with that. There we go. And maybe not a too bombastic color. Probably something a little bit more mellow, right? Because he's a kitten that rides with whatever flows, right, man? More pastel, maybe? No. Orange. What the heck? That looks like Garfield, actually. Makes me reminds me of Garfield a little bit. Oh, that's supersonic. I don't know what we're gonna do for him. This guy looks pretty interesting, though. We could do a lot. We could do a lot. I'm thinking, though. I did like that color right there. That looks like Garfield. We're gonna go with that. And for voice, definitely not the kid voice. I hate that one. Honestly, I either go with type 2 or type 3. Considering this guy is like type... Actually, really, neither of these voices really sound like good for him, but we'll go with this one. And victory pose. Nah, that's too happy. This is Garfield we're talking about. This is more of a Garfield-like character. Maybe that one. Type 4 looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, type 6 is pretty dead on right there. Okay. Type 9 is pretty good too for him. But if we're gonna go with something type 4 probably, right? Yeah. Type 4 or maybe like type 6. I'm gonna go with type 6. See, that looks good. Oh, the misleading use of chaos was terrible in the story. I hated that. He never made an appearance outside of like the giant mob of enemies and when he attacks Tails, and he didn't even really do anything cool there, like, let's be honest. After Tails, he just completely disappears. That was such false advertising. At least, you know, in Generations, they used most of the villains that they advertised, right? I think they used them all. Oh boy, it was such a letdown. And then Shadow just kills Shadow. I mean, what the heck was with that? They could have done something so great with Shadow. Oh boy, and then the bosses that they did have were just rehashes of bosses upon bosses upon bosses. Like, Infinite was a rehash of Metal Sonic. And to an extent, you know, what's it called? The final boss is a rehash of Colors. The third phase, at least. The second phase is a rehash of the first boss, and the first phase is a ripoff of the classic Sonic fight. Like, seriously, guys, they didn't do anything new for that final boss. It was such a letdown, man. I mean, there's not much you can do with the boost formula, right? But at least, you know, try, right? And I don't know what's up with my my monitor. It's not a monitor, it's a TV screen. But nowadays, whenever I have it on something for a long time, it tends to burn into the screen. Which is odd, because this is not one of those TVs that really should be doing that, to be quite honest with you. I remember during Odyssey it started burning the Switch main menu into the screen, and today was the Avatar character. I don't know what's up with that.
Okay, let's get going, everybody. The world's not gonna save itself.
It's just so weird. Oh well. And then, you know, they had the audacity to be like, oh, Infinite's so much stronger than Sonic. Sonic is gonna have a hard time with him, and whatever, and then, of course, your character beats them pretty easily, and like, it's not even that hard of a fight. One thing I will give them for, though, is the whole gimmick with the fight getting harder once you get hit, because then you're in the virtual world, I guess, because he actually landed like the virtual reality hit on you. That was pretty interesting. And oh, now you can play Shadow the Hedgehog. You can play Shadow the Hedgehog from the very beginning. So incredible news, Sonic's alive. That too, a lot of people did not like the fact that they, in Stage 2, said, oh yeah, Sonic's alive, by the way. But then again, it's a Sonic game. How long are you going to keep him dead, right? Anyway, it looks like Garfield's going to go ahead and save Sonic right now, so let's see. Let's see how we can do. Honestly, Chemical Plant, Spaceport, it's not that hard of a level. Although, you know, people are right to talk about how it's basically, they just rehashed all the level assets from Generations, and maybe even downscaled like how good they look, because in Generations, I honestly think that they look better. Oh, shoot, died. Was talking. My bad. Might as well just restart, right? Because at that point, you're just losing time. And that's basically it, yeah. After that, man, there's a lot of cut corners in this game. For a game that took about 4 years between main releases to come out. Like, it's just interesting. It's an interesting game, that's for sure. I want to hear more about the development history of this game. If we ever get some. Because Colors and Generations, you know, they didn't really have a problem with that. Lost World neither. I remember the last time that we heard about a Generations or Sonic development cycle was with Rise of Lyric, for obvious reasons. Because that was a disgrace. And this is not a disgrace, but it is still a disappointment, I would say. Whoop. There we go. Yeah, we jumped over the really slow spring section. And yeah, that's actually a little exploit that I found by myself, honestly, the first time I was playing. And we already missed a red ring, it's okay. We'll get the rest. There's no shortage of those guys. Those little fellers are everywhere. Whoop. Yeah, that is pretty nice though. The cutscenes in gameplay. I know that a lot of people aren't really all that ecstatic about it, but I think that the cinematic side helps Sonic from time to time. It's just that they can be overused, and if they're too simple, then of course they feel like monotonous. Especially when you're revisiting the level. Like the first time through, it's pretty awesome. Second time through, it's not really. It's like it could have been optional. And I guess that's really why the quick time event died off, because it's not, it's like the opposite of what you want for replay value, right? And replay value is how modern games kind of survive when, you know, they're too short. They just plug in a lot of collectibles in there, and then they expect you to get them all. And this game is guilty of that too. But I love collectibles, so I am not honestly all that all that worried about that, because I actually do like getting the red star ratings in every Sonic game. For the most part, you know, because they're fun collectibles to get. I'm not so much into the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 coins though. I've already gotten to the point where those are popping up a lot more, and not that much of a fan of those. That and the second stage of collectibles that they give you after that, it's pretty awesome. Oh, let's see. Zavak was new. Zavak was new. I see you have a face cam now. Not in sync though, lol. Yeah, that happens. My other camera is in sync, but this one isn't. However, this one actually records a little better than the other one. The other one doesn't record as well. It doesn't have the frames per second, and this one doesn't have very good frames per second either. But the thing is, I like to sync up my face cam and my audio with the game, and I attempted that a little bit with this, and I guess it just doesn't work out. It's okay though. So yeah, things might be a little wacky, but it's okay as long as we're having fun, right? Oh yeah, and we got all the costumes, by the way, from the DLC, which was pretty much free if you just got, you know, a pre-ordered version. So we can dress them up in cool little costumes from the start, other than, of course, the baseball hat, because the baseball hat sucks. And Shadow really does too. Ooh, that looks interesting. That looks disgusting, though. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I'm gonna go with this. Go for the Knights reference. And the persona thing going on the two. Although these wouldn't look too bad on him. The only thing I don't like is that, look at this. Couldn't you have at least put it on the model? Like, seriously. I thought Rivals painted him from the future with Eggman Nega, but how? I don't really know, honestly. So apparently Silver is still from the future, and Eggman Nega might be from the future. He also might be from an alternate dimension, depending on Rush Adventure. I don't know which one came out first, Rivals 2 and Rivals, or Rush Adventure, because Rush Adventure was 2008. I don't know when Rivals was. Maybe it was 09. And if it is so, then I guess we got conflicting reports there. I personally, I like the Eggman Nega is from an alternate dimension, because he's supposed to be the alternate version of Eggman. Not really so much a descendant of the guy, you know? That's kind of weird. But I also like, I know that they've never done it before, but I'd also like it if Silver was also from another dimension. But I guess that kind of messes with this whole Trunks thing, because he's supposed to be just Trunks, basically. Ooh, okay, that looks pretty good. We won't try to make him a disgrace like some other people try to. But hey, we'll make him interesting, right? Let's do that. Alright, let me see. Nah. That's basically just full-on Knights, basically, at that point. Oh gosh, that looks terrible. That clips into the other one. And I like that. Oh, with the bodysuit. I don't like any of these bodysuits, though. Let's go ahead and not use that. And yeah, I think that's basically it, right? Check him out. He's a rat skater, dude. Yeah, let's do it. Or maybe the first. I still don't like. I don't know. I'd go with between these two. The fact that they don't attach to the face, though, is kind of what I don't like about it. Which one looks more like it's attached to the face? Neither of them. Okay, cool. Well, now we know, at least. Definitely not giving him the square rim glasses. Don't want him to look too much like his creator. We'll go with those because they complement it a little bit better. But yeah, Rivals was 07, after 06, and then Rush Adventure happened, so loop-de-doop. Maybe we'll get it with the N54 release. Okay, now we're Sonic in Persona 5. Yeah, you guys are talking quite a bit, huh? Rivals painted him from future. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It just, the entire Sonic canon contradicts itself, and it is so infuriating to make sense of. So I just try not to at some points. But for one game to contradict itself and the game right before it is kind of unheard of. So, you know, I don't know. But hey, at least I got the cool little Joy-Cons things. You know, that comes with the pre-order. See? Little puppy controller. Let me put it up to the camera. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. Check him out. Yeah. It looks that actually is probably the best part of the Forces, let's be honest. Because that looks pretty awesome, I will admit. Alright, cool. Let me see. Let's just go ahead and go to Ghost Town. I hate Ghost Town. I hate classic Sonic levels so much in this game. I do really like the Avatar stages a lot. There's a bunch of good ones in there. Modern Sonic is a close second for me, and Sonic Classic is a decently long away third. Because Modern Sonic doesn't really have anything to defend himself. Well, like boost a little bit, yeah, right. His level design can be kind of bland because of that, though, because the boost is basically a double-edged sword. He can attack with it, but it also leads to being overpowered and them having to make long lines for him to boost through. The Avatar does not have that problem, though, so he gets a lot more platforming, and the use of his Wispon is actually pretty good. So props to Sega on that one, that's for sure. And that's basically why he's my favorite, honestly. And the thing about Classic Sonic that makes him the worst is because he has neither the boost, nor does he have, a weapon. He doesn't really have any of that. And he has a drop dash, but the drop dash got nerfed hard. Also his physics are just completely destroyed from Generations and Mania. Well, Mania, not so much. Mania is a different thing. Let's just compare it to Generations, right? Because it's on the sequel. It's basically just a sequel to Generations, right? At this point, like they said it wasn't, but it totally is. It's running on the engine sequel to that one, like the Hedgehog Engine 2, right? And it's basically got the same concepts going for it, right? So what exactly is it that makes Classic Sonic, Control so much worse from Generations? Well, I'll tell you this in one simple word. Momentum. Momentum, my friend. Now, you might have heard this a lot in the Sonic community as of late, with Mania being praised for it so much, and of course Sonic 4, back in the day, being absolutely destroyed because of its, lack of momentum. But it is really one of the most important parts of the game. The way that a character moves needs to make sense to the player, right? In order for you to be able to make your accurate jumps. And Classic Sonic just doesn't make any sense at all. It's a problem with all of the characters, but specifically with him it makes much more of a difference because he doesn't really have a way to... Well, he doesn't really... He has like this weird thing that none of the other characters have, and that he's really heavy. He's really heavy. Like, he magnetizes to the ground as soon as he goes downwards. But on the up end of it, he also goes up really slowly, which is an odd combination, to be sure. It's like he's floaty and at the same time very heavy. So that's why people will say it's basically one of the worst controlling Sonics in recent history. Oh well, I really can't say much other than that, because honestly, even though it is a big part of the game, it's just that one problem. If they had fixed that one problem, if they had basically just done Generations again, right? Then it would have been okay. I don't know why they changed it so much, but again, it's going to be really interesting once we get farther away from this game and we hear developer stories about this game. What exactly happened between here and there? What was their ideas going into it? And why they designed things certain ways. So what is the chat saying so far? Because I kind of went onto my own tangent. Let's see. Wouldn't we compare it to Sonic 4 Episode 2? Okay. I guess so. Because that was the last Sonic Team game, right? No, Lost World was. Lost World technically was. But we're not comparing it to Lost World because I guess... Yeah, because 2D would be compared to to Episode 2 because that was the last 2D game that Sonic Team made, I guess. And yeah, it doesn't control like that, but honestly, I don't like it very much at all. Let me see. Does that help? Also, Unleashed was made on the same engine, but it's not a prequel to Generations. That is true. However, Unleashed, while it wasn't a prequel to Generations, obviously, it did have Generations has a lot more in common with Forces than Unleashed does, right? It has, well, it has of course the two Sonics going in. It has the boost formula also. It really does have a lot of the same assets. So, like, I've seen a lot of the Green Hill assets and a lot of the Chemical Plant assets being retooled for this game. So, that's why we're comparing it so much to that. If, like, Generations had the Werehog in it, then yeah, you would compare it a lot more to Unleashed. So, that's kind of why I was drawing comparisons more so to Generations than I was to the last 2D Sonic game. Although that's also kind of partially because I kind of forgot about Episode 2. Episode 2 was not a very eventful game at all, either. Although I really would have wished that they kept on going with that. Maybe see what would happen in Episode 3. But as for 2D Sonic, like, we have not been let down at all with Mania. Mania's been good. I will say that. Oh man, but people were expecting a lot out of Forces going up to it, and I was like, guys, it's not gonna be the second coming of Christ. You guys gotta settle down a bit. Because I came into it a little bit mellow, right? I'm not mad about the game at all. I'm just kind of disappointed that they let the ball drop a little bit on some things. Okay, let's see, Garfield, what are you gonna wear? I'm gonna wear some good old leather boots. And oh, give him a backpack. Yeah, that way he can carry his little buddy, his little teddy bear buddy in there. Also, we're gonna need some body armor ASAP. Because Garfield is not accustomed to warfare. He needs all the protection he can get. Yeah, there was only 3 people that designed it. Like TSMS actually. I learned it from you, I think. I think I learned it from either you or Andres on Twitter that apparently there was only 3 level designers on this game, and hardly any of them even worked on another Sonic game prior. So that raised a bunch of red alarms after I heard about that, and the fact that we barely heard about that now is kind of deceiving if you think about it. Like, they were talking about it being by the people that made Generations and Colors, but then they only have like the main team, the main core part that you would want from Generations and Colors isn't there. I'm wondering who exactly from Generations and Colors was part of making this game. Like, who made the UI? Maybe that's why they said that it was from the people that made Generations and Colors, because like some other part of it was made by them. But there's a lot more wrong with Forces than just level design. Like, there's a few of course there's the story we could talk about for days. Oh my goodness. Okay, this has not happened to me before. What's happening? Okay, well, we just found my first glitch here. I have not had Sonic Forces glitch on me ever. That happened on stream. What do you know? That was actually really funny. I really wish I could hear the playback on that, because I can't technically hear the music. I want to hear what the heck that exactly happened there. That was pretty awesome. I guess I just got stuck on a collision right there. Oh, it was about to happen again. Oh gosh, that would have been bad. Oh, by the way, check it out. Red Star is actually on the bottom path for this one. Pretty interesting, I guess. Wonder why they did that. Oh, no you don't. I can go back if I want to. Oh, yeah I can. Okay, cool. I thought I was going to be eating my words in a minute, but apparently not, so that's nice. Okay, let's grab onto this real quick. And, hold on, let me see. No. Oh, no. Oh, by the way, you can actually go back up that. It takes you into 3D mode, so you actually have to use your Z-axis in order to go up, and it looks really janky, but you can do it. I want to get that red star ring. Ah, no. Dang it, I'm not going back down again. I'm not doing it. Alright, fine, we're gonna just keep on going. But whatever. People say Green Hill was retooled. It's so much more simple than Generations. It looks like, honestly, Generations, but at low settings. That's what it looks like. Like um from the texture side of it. Doop 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 doop. Oh. But let's see, what is exactly going on here? Oh yeah, oh look, there he is. So I heard a lot of people saying that Death Egg robot was actually in here, and yeah, look at that, he actually is. Well, what do you know? He was pretty fun in Sonic 3 and Mania. Huh, interesting. I wonder what his purpose is, honestly. In Mania, he was controlling the elevator, and I don't remember what exactly he was doing in Sonic 3. But like, they seem to be all around here. Maybe they're just like main PCs, like maybe AIs or something. That would make sense, just considering what they're used for. Woo! Nice! 210 rings. 226. Just gonna grab all the rings. That's what I love about the wolf. The wolf will just drag in everything. It leads to such awesome moments. Because I'm really greedy in these games, honestly. Even though I know that rings don't really do much other than score, I still try to get all of them. Alright, let's see if I can do this first try. Yeah! Oh, nice. But I didn't get the big one. That's okay. And there we go. We're at the end. And even with all the backtracking, still got in about 3 minutes. Not bad. Bad. I think there are some people going in depth on who worked on the game prior. Yeah, the two heroes had similar situations, but here we're dealing with giant power. That's interesting. I really do want, like I said, I want to hear about the development cycle about this game, because, like, there are a bunch of things that are reminiscent of other games, and there's a bunch of other things that got changed. For the worse sometimes, for the better other times. I want to see it. I really do want to see it. Like, developer interviews are going to be real interesting with this game. I really want to. And I want to see where they go from here. I don't want this to be the end of modern Sonic. Just because, you know, they had this misstep doesn't mean that they have to destroy the entire thing. Maybe from Mania, they can learn that with some quality behind a game, your team can actually, you know, if you have a quality team, if you have, you know, a lot of love put into a game, it goes a long way. It goes a darn long way. Oh, nice. I like that. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, no. Seriously. Been praising the avatar, because the avatar is my favorite part of this game. Absolutely love that thing. That little guy is so darn addicting to collect things for me at least. You know, see him in different little weird designs. Upgrade his little wisp on to do little different things like that. It's like the part of Generations where you would just, you know, try to get a bunch of stuff in the store. That also I really liked, being able to upgrade him in that way. Sonic, I mean, in that game. Yeah, be able to see his eyes there with his little football helmet. He needs all the protection he can get. But yeah, like that is honestly one of my favorite parts of this game. Wow, he looks awesome. Awesome in that, you know, that little sense where he's like, you're nerdgasming that, you know, you have a little character, he's running around, and all that kind of stuff. I really do like these kinds of things. Yeah, honestly, I'll go with this. The purple and orange color scheme was honestly better, but I want to use the football helmet at least once, just to feel it. And yeah, show more skin, I guess. There we go. I like that. Okay, cool. We'll go with that. Okay, Lost World 50 FPS with long stretches of level, a huge 3D background. On the Wii U, use hardware, but that's not the case here, so I don't know why. You know, that is interesting. Lost Worlds was made to be more simplified so it could run at 60 FPS. And basically, you could see everything in really nice, well, I would say at a steady like stable, like not a steady stable 60 FPS. I already said that, but I meant to say like everything's the same quality. Like you don't have to they didn't have to cut any corners with Lost World. That's great. That was Lost World, for all of its differences, was a amazingly designed game for Sonic Team. Sonic Team basically did put a lot into that game. They tried out a new gameplay style. They didn't really cut any corners at all, and that game had a lot of love in it. The fact that it didn't do too well was probably a lot due to the Wii U just not selling a lot, and a lot of the backlash afterwards was just because, you know, people were getting used to the engine, and being the first time that the engine was used, it was a really nice setup. However, there were a few things obviously that were wrong with it, like the whole tubular level design. It didn't really help with the whole, you know, Sonic is just a game about moving forward kind of thing. They did have more. They had a little bit more on the. They had a little bit more towards the end of the game, right? But then they had to ditch the tube design at that point to just, you know, do regular platforming, because the tube didn't really work at all. The fact that they went with that in the first place kind of baffles me. Don't really know why they did that. But yeah, no, I do respect Lost World a lot, because they actually put effort, they put a lot of time, and they put a lot of love into that game. And it does, that game is super polished, and it shows. Of course, like, what leaves it in the dust was the console that it was put on, and, you know, the fact that it was just brand new, you know. They didn't know exactly how fans were going to react to it, and they reacted mixed, as you would expect, since it was such a departure from, you know, every other game beforehand. It's like if Mario went from the platforming that he is, right, into something that's a little bit more, well, let's say, I guess, what would be an interesting Mario game? Like, if Mario started to play more like Crash for some reason, people would backlash, right? Because you want Mario to play like Mario. And Crash, while it's a great gameplay style, it's a lot more linear, and it just doesn't feel like, you know, your stereotypical Mario game. That's actually a lot of better of an analogy than I was going in there thinking it was going to be. Oh no! Shoot! While I was thinking about that, I literally just jumped off to my death. Well, okay. Yeah, well, I do agree with the fact that they probably shouldn't go back to Lost World, because at that point, you're sending so many mixed messages. Like, they go from one style to another from every other game. It's like, what's the deal with that? No other game really does that. And the fact that they went back to the boost gameplay isn't really helping their case here. They obviously did not feel comfortable with the Lost World engine. Not engine, but because it was the Hedgehog Engine still. It was just different gameplay style. They didn't feel right with the gameplay style, that's what I should say. But I honestly feel like if they made more detailed levels that had a little bit more to do in them, right, they'd probably have a super stellar game in the next entry. Maybe, you know, maybe get rid of some of the mechanics, but like keep the control that they had. Like, make Sonic's run button a little bit more natural. Give him the boost, obviously, instead of the really hard to control spin dash that they had going for him. Or maybe actually just make the spin dash work like it did in the old games, where you could use the spin dash while you were in motion. That would be nice too. There's a lot of small things that you could do to just make the Lost World engine better. But at this point, they're not going back, so, you know, don't cry over spilled milk. Think about what they could do in the future. If they're going to go with the boost formula, then what can they do with the boost formula? Well, obviously, bring back a lot of stuff from Generations that people liked. And also work on Sonic when he's not boosting, you know, because there's a lot of points in the level where it's better for Sonic just not to be boosting and actually doing the platforming. What can you do to make his platforming more fluid? I would think like a more Rayman style approach to things, where Rayman had a little bit more of an acrobatic angle to him in the last few games that he's had. Oops, I dropped all my rings again. Did not mean to do that. Okay, so let's see. There we go. Alright, going in for the kill. Like, if you've ever played a Rayman Legends or Origins, you know that they have a pretty nice thing going for them. They have a good sense of speed and momentum, while also having, you know, this little combat system that they have, like, they can punch and stuff. They don't really have like combos or anything, right? Nothing too fancy, just enough to, you know, be an average platformer. And then they also have the ability to wall jump, but not just wall jump, wall run, kind of like a Sonic game if you think about it. And through that, they can actually like jump from one wall and then start running on another wall, and then keep this up, like going up a pipe or something like that. Going through sections like that feels so exhilarating and intense, and I think honestly it could retool to be amazing for Sonic. Make that kind of thing instead of, you know, the acrobatic system that they gave him in Lost World, where you had to hold down a button and it felt like it was just a little add-on and stuff like that. Make him more fluid in the game, you know, because yeah, Sonic's a fast character and he's acrobatic, but you don't really show the acrobatic side that much in the games anymore. Ever since Rush, really, because Rush was the last time they did the trick system. But yeah, no, I do really think that they could take a lot from other games, you know, like Rayman, that have done a lot of that fluid kind of platforming thing, and done it really right in the last few years. And I haven't heard a lot of people talking about that. Rayman specifically, when they're talking about Sonic. I remember the last time I heard about somebody talking about like Sonic, how he could play in the future, was a YouTuber that was talking about how he was gonna redesign Sonic completely and turn him into like a timid mouse kind of thing with a backpack or whatever. I didn't like the idea, but you know, that's just me. Wasn't Lost World considered a budget game? I guess it would be, because, you know, I think it only sold for $40 too, just like Forces. The lighting on Forces is amazing. Lighting in Forces is absolutely fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Especially in the next stage we're going to go into right now, Egg Gate. Egg Gate is amazing. Let me see. So, I did miss a lot. I was going on to a tangent. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right about that. The 3D Mario World. Mario 3D World. It did play a lot differently from other games, and people kind of missed the old platforming formula that they had going. It was definitely an interesting experiment for Mario. And at its core, though, it did keep, you know, the running and jumping thing from the 2D games. So really, if you think about it, they weren't really trying to reinvent 3D Mario so much as they were trying to like remix 2D and 3D. Something similar to Generations, really, but without having two Marios. And I'm pretty sure, let's see, I would say give Sonic a walk button rather than a run button. Huh. But if we're gonna give him a walk button, let's go ahead and make it so that you just tap the button and then he's in walk mode, and not have to hold down the button, right? Let's deal with that so it's more like a walk mode than a walk button. And that, in this case, he would then have a lower speed cap, obviously, but he'd have more control and momentum closer to, you know, what you would expect. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. People are starting to rally behind. I'm actually really behind the Mania treatment for the adventure formula. It's been more than a decade now. You know what? You're also right about that. Okay, so let's talk about that. A lot of people were comparing Lost World when it happened to adventure because of the run and walk button, giving him that actual walk. Excuse me, the actual like kind of the feel of adventure, where you could just like run in circles, you know, grab stuff, collect stuff, but also then go super fast. Except, you know, of course, Adventure didn't have that limitation of having to have a button to do it. It's okay though, because at that point, we didn't know that how the level design was going to be. We knew it was going to be tubes at that point, obviously, but we didn't know that the entire thing was going to be like flat as it was. So we, like, what basically I'm trying to say is that we didn't know what we were getting into at that point. But completely doing a Mania style adventure game would be, honestly, I'd be on board with that, because Mania just did it so well. And if you had somebody that, just like in the Mania situation, loved the game to death, right? Wouldn't they be the best people to, you know, make the new game? Although I don't think that there's a modder or a developer like that has the same repertoire as Christian Whitehead that's into the adventure games, not something that I can think of from the top of my head. But you know what? We are having the Sonic hacking contest in a few days. That would be a great time to like have Sega scout the next, you know, big Sonic developer like Christian Whitehead, because obviously Christian Whitehead was a Sonic developer in the modding scene for a long time before he became a part of, you know, Sega's main crew, you know. So it wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Ooh, nice. I like that. Okay, we're gonna go in with that. The purple and black with a little bit of orange color scheme. I like that. Alright, let's do that. General advancements in game design and programming to adventure design could benefit from. You know what? I think I'm gonna be one of those to start to rally behind that. Let's try it. I know that I know that a lot of people at Sonic Team have just said, no, we are never doing the adventure formula ever again. But really, maybe they'll reconsider with Forces, because let's be honest, it was kind of a failure. Probably not sales-wise, but mostly critical reception-wise. And when stuff like that tends to happen, Sonic Team listens. Probably not to the right things sometimes, but you know, they listen in general. Oh, was I jumping there? Did I jump? Why? I didn't even have another. Oh, sorry, forgot. Oh gosh, that was close. That was closer than it needed to be. I forgot about the the crushing ceiling there, so that was on me. Okay, but yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of potential in any gameplay formula, but adventure specifically wasn't really explored a lot. And when it was explored back to Adventure and Adventure 2, it was limited by its hardware. So get rid of that limit, or at least expand the limit a little bit, and who knows what could happen. But again, a person could know, like, how can I phrase this? If the person doesn't know how to design for that kind of, you know, gameplay in mind, then obviously it's going to be a little bit of a mess, isn't it? Forces is a great example of that, unfortunately. And yeah, I really do think that before they do anything, they have to find a group of developers talented enough and devoted enough to that gameplay style, right, from the Sonic modding community to help them, because that's worked pretty well, hasn't it? You know, I just think that that's basically the winning formula for this. The winning formula isn't just like a gimmick in the next Sonic game, it's to have the fans help, because they know exactly what other fans are talking about, right? They're the most interconnected with our community, so I think that they are the ticket to succeed for Sonic. Funny enough, because, you know, the whole avatar thing in this game is kind of that, but the whole DeviantArt culture that we have. It's a 3 style type of game if there was an outcry for it. I think they're just honestly oblivious to the love for these games. Exactly. So, like I said, the gamers, the developers, the modders that they've been hiring know this kind of stuff a lot more than the Japanese Sega of Japan knows, right? So if they were to contact them about this kind of stuff, they'd probably get, you know, exactly what we talk about from them, and hopefully we get something, you know, something out of that. But it seems like Sega of Japan just doesn't really like talking to our Western, you know, or Western groups. I guess they got a little bit of inspiration from the DeviantArt pages that we have, but like that's like a massive thing. So is the adventure following really, but like I don't know, maybe I don't know if it's on the same level. Still, like SA3 would just be either the death or the rebirth of the franchise. And I think that's what worries them the most. Because if SA3 turned out to be a pile of garbage, that might just be the end of this franchise. At that point, maybe not another Mania might not even be able to save it. Because I remember after the last bad game, Rise of Lyric, happened, how people were reigniting the just give Sonic to Nintendo, you know, argument, and that was honestly the most scary thing I've heard about Sonic in the last few years. Obviously, it would never happen because, you know, Sega's only real winning IP, well, not only real winning IP, but like its most iconic one is Sonic. Why would they ever sell? But seriously, like, think about how Nintendo treats their franchises they can't get off the ground, like Star Fox, like F-Zero. All of those are great franchises, but they're basically dormant or dead at this point. I don't want Sonic to be one of those. And if we can get him off the ground one more time, maybe he won't be. Okay. Oh wow, that's really depressing. But let's see. Well, we're gonna go on ahead and see what we can do with our character, because this is honestly the best part. Like, I love this part so much. And oh dang, Garfield, you got style. You got style, Garfunkel. Dang, that is some nice kicks right there. And the look is complete. Garfield the hipster, everybody. Garfield the hipster. Okay, enough of that. For the Mania, by the Mania, it's time for the adventure by the adventure. That is actually, I like that. Like that. Oh my goodness, you've reinvigorated me. You brought life back into my body with that simple phrase. Oh wow, that is hilarious. I had that on one of my characters. It makes him look kind of like Blaze, doesn't it? And that is just a demon right there. That's what that is. We'll go back for this one. I like that. Okay, we'll go with that. Cool. And I think we're actually going into one of the yeah, okay. So this is one of the stages that has the character in it. So we're gonna see him. He's gonna be amazing. Garfield and Sonic joining forces to take down an evil empire. I just imagine Sonic running at full tilt. Garfield just like, you know, hanging off for dear life, but also kind of really tired and taking a nap at that point. And Sonic just like over it. He's like, oh, they had to send me with a rookie, didn't they? And Garfield's be like, hey, I'm the best rookie that you're ever gonna get. And he's like, yeah, that's what worries me. Have I made a fanfiction? Is this how fanfictions are created? I think this is what fanfiction is. Not sure, I've never actually made one. I kind of got exposed to fanfiction way too early in life, to the point where I kind of got scarred. Like, back in the good old days of 2007, when YouTube was but a wee baby, and I did not know any better because I was like 8, I looked up Sonic the Hedgehog, and there was obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, like the 2006 cutscenes, all just pasted into one thing. And I was like, oh, I didn't know they made a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Let me look into that. Then I was exposed to Sonic 06's story. I'm like, what the heck? This must be some kind of fan created thing. For a fan thing, this is actually kind of cool. I wonder what else the fans have made. So I looked into Sonic the Hedgehog stories by fans. I got fanfiction.net. I'm like, oh, fanfiction.net. They have an entire website dedicated to this. Let me look into this. Then the weird stuff started happening, like some sexual stuff. I'm pretty sure somebody's fetish was in there. Like they had Shadow and Sonic the pairing of Shadow and Sonic. They had some Amy in there, obviously, and oh my goodness, there was this weird one where the person obviously didn't speak English. Their English was absolutely terrible and broken, and it was a story about how Sonic had disappeared for years, and he had come back, and whatever, and like the entire world had been just changed completely or whatever, and just like not really sure what was going on. And at that point, I didn't know what was going on either, so I was like, what is this? Then I realized it was 8 o'clock and my dad was coming back at that point, and so I was like, shoot, delete history, delete history. Okay, it wasn't deleting history. I didn't know how to do that yet. But yeah, that was one heck of a day. After that, I was scarred for life, and I never went back to fanfiction.net again. The possible foreshadowing with the soap shoes being in this, but I'm scared to say that because of it. True, I have a Sonic shirt. Oh yeah, they do have a Sonic shirt in here. I haven't gotten it yet though. I don't know what Unlock said, but I really want to get that shirt, at least for one of my joke characters. Maybe the really edgy anime character that I showed off earlier. Probably give it to him, and he'd be amazing in it. It would upgrade him to 10 times normal power because of all of the dank memes that are stored within it, all of the laughs that had been created by that one image are given him power. Again, another fanfiction. There you go. But that's more like a Monsters Incorporated fanfiction if they ever went to war. Monsters Incorporated, the war. Oh god. Please no. I have made it, and yet I am scared. Oh, shoot. Sully and Mike are on opposite sides. Brothers fighting brothers. Mass terror. Absolute pandemonium. Featuring actual panda monsters. What have I done? Oh boy. But let's not... I'm not really focusing on it too much. I'm just kind of playing the game. I'm no Game Grumps, guys. Actually, Game Grumps can't really play the game talk either. But at least they focus on talking. Whoop, there we go. Jump for it. Oh, isn't this the part where we get eaten? Oh yeah, there we go. Hey! What shall we call him? Lyric? Nah, it's been used already. I'll call him Gerald. Also been used already. Dang it, we'll call him Marty. Marty McSnake. Yeah, that was Sonic Chronicles, wasn't it? Where Sonic comes back and the entire world's destroyed? Well, they predicted Sonic Colors because this was 2007. Oh wait, no. No, it was 2008. Well, was it 2007 or 2008? I don't remember when it was. Honestly, I don't remember. Those entire 2 years kind of blurred together for me. I just remember that I watched Iron Man and Spider-Man, and I enjoyed Spider-Man more. For some reason. Although going back to it, Iron Man's a superior film. Yes! I forgot about that. The gamer hat. Yay. Now we can truly be gamers. Isn't that right, Sonic? Cleared stage 8 within 100 seconds. Is that an achievement? Is that really an achievement we should be celebrating? Apparently, because I don't remember actually having that coat. So I guess I didn't do it in 800 seconds? 100 seconds the last time? I guess not. Weird. And we got an S rank on the stage, so we get the Chow backpack. Ooh, I'm putting that on right now. It's like, we don't give you Chow gardens. Here we give you Chow backpacks. Oh, and now we have the black version, the edgy version of the tattoos we had on earlier, so... Yes, we're gonna upgrade to those right now. You better believe it. Hey, Garfield has stripes, right? So it's like, it makes sense. Change your gloves. Alright. Daily mission bonus activated. Cool, cool. Alright, so let me see. What spawns? What do we got? So this one is, it adds protective shield, lets you get up quickly after taking damage, and gives you a burst of speed after landing. Oh, that's a bad one. That is a really bad perk. That's like an anti-perk. You do not want that. Awards rings for defeating enemies, and awards bonus points for collecting 100 rings. What the heck, man? That's an awesome one, actually. These two are pretty good. That one's trash. But, collecting rings increases speed. That is an interesting one. I wonder how much that honestly sounds like Unleashed. Honestly, Unleashed is ring mechanics actually pretty good too. Because at the point where you would be low on rings is probably the point where you don't want the speed. If you think about it. Oh boy. What have we made? A monster. Oh, there we go. But would Garfield have a gamer hat? Would he though? Probably, yeah, he would. Probably sarcastically. I don't know. I haven't played Garfield. I haven't played Garfield. I haven't read Garfield in a long time. Although Garfield does not, he does not look like somebody that's one with style. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him that. Yeah, boy, that's awesome. Still, can we do better? No, we couldn't. Go back. Not the Crocs. There you go. That's better. Body. Ooh, nice, edgy. Very nice. There is a Sonic creators, Blitz Sonic creators, and those Peps doing that 06 remake that are amazing as candidates for the adventure. Yeah, I guess 06 is close enough to like the adventure style of gameplay, right? So that you could use that. That's an interesting idea for like people that you would want on that. I want to see though how that turns out before I put my chips down right on the table. Let's see how that remake comes out, because even really on 06 would be a technical marvel if they actually got it running correctly. I mean, how would they even start that? I wouldn't even know where to start, honestly. Because they can't make the story any better. They'd have to get rid of the story. They'd just get rid of that. Just focus on the levels at that point, right? Then, it's in a different engine. How would you import that all and make it work? Make it not crash the game? That is the next part. Unless they're modifying the actual engine itself. What engine is that one running on? What engine was Sonic 06 running on? Was it Havoc? I'm thinking it was Havoc. For some reason. I'm not really sure. Again. Whoa, wait. Oh, there's another version of this, huh? Oh, with better, like, more bright colors. That is really eye-sore inducing. I'm gonna... Wow, that is very bright. I like this one better, honestly. But since I've never actually had this one before, I'm gonna be inclined to use that one. Let's do that. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I like that. Cool. Let's go with that. Versus Infinite, so we're not even seeing it, but it's okay. But, oh boy. Oh, the edge. Ow. Oh, it's hurting me. Ow. They're sinking into my skin. Oh, and on another note, really would like to see what the heck they could do with like Silver if he played like that. Like seriously, with him zooming through the sky and stuff like that. Maybe like an aerial boost formula. What would that be? But I guess, you know, one step at a time, right, guys? Because if they can't even get modern Sonic right, how would they get Silver? Aerial boost formula, though. Think about the possibilities. Think about them. It would be amazing. And you know it would be amazing. Especially with the second abilities, too. Only problem is that, you know, Silver really doesn't have a character other than I'm Trunks. So... It's true though, like Silver is depressingly low on character. No, Sonic. I really don't like the what is the secret to your power? I'm like, okay, but that is like the most cliche way to ask somebody is like, what's up with you? Like, it doesn't even sound like something a real person would say, let alone Sonic. So. Yeah, weird. Like straight out of an anime, really. If you think about it. They could have translated a lot better than that, in my honest opinion. But him doing the motion like that wouldn't really make sense with, and what's up with you? Or whatever, I guess they'd have to say the secret to your power, I guess, I'm not really sure. If it wasn't for the motion, you know, I guess it would have been a little bit easier. But no, at that point, you're kind of insinuating that that's what he's asking about. Because he's being all dramatic about it, you know? Anyway, that's a lot. That's a lot of talking just for like a little scene like that, and it doesn't even really bug me that much. Whoa! Okay, this is getting vomit-inducing. All right, but we had one glitch happen on us. Hopefully, nothing happens during this fight, because this fight is one of those fights that can go badly if you get touched by the red orbs, red cubes. You fool! What are you talking about? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now we have red cubes. There we go. More red cubes. What are those things, by the way? Is the Phantom Ruby just generating cubes? If so, why cubes? Is it because it's Mania? Hehe. It's 16-bit. So many questions, so little answers. Oh, there we go. Got him. And one last time, just for... Oh, shoot. This is what I was talking about. This is the worst. Oh, shoot. Okay. Final hit. It's gonna be this one right here, I think. I think this is the final hit, right? Let's do it. Alright, buddy. There we go. That is one thing, though. Another thing to add on the pile of things that is a downgrade from Generations. The homing attack. What happened with that? The homing attack would almost always work as long as you pushed a direction that an enemy was facing, right? In this game, basically it's scripted. Like, you have to have the person directly in front of you, and it has to be in front of... Basically, the way that you have to set it up in order for the homing attack to work is for the enemy to be in front of Sonic, but also have like Sonic's back to the camera. If Sonic is looking towards the bottom left and there's an enemy there, and you want to homing attack it, most of the time it's not going to attack it, and it's so weird. It's such a weird... It's such a weird like limitation to put on it. It doesn't make any sense, and in most cases it just leads to my death. So I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking about that. Ooh, I love this one. The little Donald Duck outfit. Yes, totally. And the black flames. That's also nice. Oh, I forgot to change the bodysuit. Well, no, I did change the bodysuit. I just turned it into different colors instead of doing the edgy one instead. Because I had seen the edgy one before. I just never seen the cyan colors. You can't hop attack while boosting. I guess, yeah, you can't homing attack while boosting. That's what you're trying to say. Havoc is a physics engine for things like boxes and movable things. You know what? You're right about that. You're right. It was in the Havoc engine. The Havoc engine is the physics engine, not really the engine it was based in. But I don't know what Sonic 06 was made in, and it's weird. What was Sonic 06 made in? I'm gonna have to look it up after the stream. Maybe at the end of the stream we'll look it up right now. I think that the last thing we'll do is just do the Green Hill Zone boss, and after that we'll be good for the stream, right? And then after that I'm gonna check what the heck Sonic 06 was made in, because it's interesting me now. I know that Unleashed and onwards they use the Hedgehog Engine for everything, including Lost World. The only one that wasn't the case for was Rise of Lyric, which was using the Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine being, you know, one of those that's used in like more of the shooter genre and stuff like that. They've done a few platforms in that, I think, but nothing that really stands out all that much to me. Like, there's not a lot in terms of like cartoony platformers that I can think of. Nice. And apparently it runs really well on like anything but the Wii U. The Wii U absolutely hates the Unreal Engine, which is why they had so much trouble porting a lot of the games that were using it, including Rise of Lyric, onto the Wii U. Even though, you know, I know that Rise of Lyric was only put on the Wii U at first. It was actually developed for PC, and they didn't know that it was coming to only to Wii U. So they had to scrap a lot of stuff from the game that wasn't working, and basically just go back to like a really basic build of the game before release and start from there. And even then they were having problems. So it's like, wow, guys, you really messed them up there. Like, why didn't Sega even in the first place tell them that, you know, the thing was coming to the Wii U, and why was it so late? Why was it so late when they actually did tell them? You could have avoided so much stuff with that. Because the beat 'em up game beat 'em up games can be good. They can be really awesome. And let me see. And their early test footage for Boom looked pretty stellar compared to what we actually ended up getting. Kind of like the Sonic 06 demo, but I think even more so of a downgrade compared to the final build, you know? Woo! Alright, we got through that pretty quick. Just like any real, like, Sonic level in this game. But hey, it's okay. It helps for playability, I guess. But the first time you go through these things, it's like, I don't know, 3 hours, maybe 4 hours to go through. So we've been playing for like an hour and 20. So we're already like, I don't know, a third of the way through the game, right? Because we're at stage 10, and there's only like 30 stages in this game. So yeah, we are a third of the way through the game. What do you know? Not really collectible wise though. There's a lot more collectibles that make the game worthwhile, actually worth playing. If not, man, I wouldn't even have bought the game if I had known that it was so short. No, I probably still would have bought it. I'm lying, because the avatar is amazing. Let's be honest.
And with that, the disposal
Light Post. Oh, interesting. So if Adventure was called Light Post, and 06 was an undisclosed custom engine. I wonder what Heroes was, because Heroes is another one that I think that they never disclosed, right? I think that was an in-studio engine that they had made for the game too, but I'm not really sure about that one because it was supposed to be multi-platform, and they had to make a new engine for that. And then they used that engine for Shadow too, but then they scrapped that engine, of course, after that for 06. So yeah, it's such a weird. It's so weird when it comes to engines with Sonic the Hedgehog. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, we know a lot more about Sonic development than literally any other gaming franchise out there. Like, do you really know what Mario Galaxy was made in? What was it made in? It was an in-house Nintendo thing, probably, that they made from scratch, and we're probably never going to hear about it ever again. It might not even be used, or maybe they're just evolving one engine for everything from Galaxy onwards. We don't know. We don't know. And Nintendo's very secret about that. They don't really talk about the nitty-gritty all that much. So it's just funny. It's funny to me that these companies are just so different. Okay, so here's the Eggman battle, and just like in the old Genesis games, he's not really all that much of a threat. You can just basically invincibility frames through most of his attacks. If anything, it may be a little bit more challenging in this game because of the rings disappearing faster, and but that's basically it, honestly. Oh, that, and of course the fact that when you hit the boss, you go bouncing backwards instead of falling downwards, which was basically how you were able to avoid the swinging ball so easily in the first game, and basically every other game that has that boss. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hit him once, hit him twice, hit him thrice, and oh, missed that one, but it's okay. We got him again another time. Oh, and I've actually heard that if you just stay in the middle of his like little Gatling gun thing, you can actually just completely make him miss all his shots, which is hilarious. We're gonna try to see if we can do it right now. Oop, there we go. Nope, he decided not to. I guess I have to let him actually start attacking. Oh well. Okay, I'll get the first hit in so that he starts attacking with the thing. Oh, no. Okay, that didn't go as planned. So he's definitely gonna go into the Gatling gun phase now. Oh my god, it really doesn't affect him. What? It doesn't affect him at all. Oh man, the footage I saw, they actually got hit at the very end, but it took a long time for them to actually get hit. But that one, he literally missed every single shot. Whoa, okay, did not expect that. He missed every single shot, without fail. What do you know? Yes, Sonic could just replace himself with a Bing Bag, and Eggman would still kill himself. Oh well. For the Wii, it was made in the SA2 engine. I remember that. Wait, Unleashed was made in the SA2 engine? What? Huh. I think the Adventure engine was... Wait, no, I thought that SA2 was the last game that used the Adventure engine, right? And then they switched over to another one for Heroes because they couldn't port a multi-platform with the Adventure 2 engine. I thought that's what the case was, and that's why it felt so different from the other Adventure games. I thought that's what it was. Huh. I guess I've been wrong the entire time. What do you know? I'm gonna look into it, because honestly, this is getting more interesting by the second. Like, just talking about all this kind of stuff is really interesting. Whoa, the chains. And those really cool looking glasses. Not bad. Okay, like I said, we're going to go into the web browser and we're going to check out what world it is that these games are made in. If we can actually find it. Maybe like a quick Wikipedia thing we'll find it. I'm not really sure though. Oh, okay, let's just watch this cutscene real quick, okay? Isn't... No, this isn't the one with Cubot and Norbot. Speaking of which, they are really underutilized in this game. I've only seen them like... I think you only see them like 2 or 3 times. And they only have like 1 or 2 speaking roles. I don't even think Cubot even has any. I think it's just, Orbot. They were like the best parts of like Colors and Lost World, so, you know, kinda sucks that they aren't used that much in this game. Heck, they even got over to Boom, and Boom, they're the best part of that show. Alright, let's see, so Park Avenue, huh? Nice. That's the first level that we saw. That everybody was saying was like, oh, don't worry about the level design, it's only the first level. Or whatever, it turns out to be stage 12, what the heck. Oh well. Enough about bashing about that game. I do really want to know though what exactly it is that this was made in. Oh, hold on. Let's get out of that real quick, and we're gonna look into it. Let's see. So a Sonic 06 engine. Let's see that. I wanna know. Can you guys see pretty alright? Alright, cool. And let's see. Okay. At 2005 Tokyo Game Show, revealed, celebrate game director, use of the Havoc engine. Alright, so, let's see. We're gonna look at that real quick. Wait, the Hedgehog engine, let's look into this real quick. Okay, so this is the Hedgehog engine, obviously. Thank you to the Sonic Wikia on fandom for this. Let's see. So, it's a graphics engine, game engine used in the Sonic games. For Wii U, PS3, Xbox 360, PC, and Wii. Oh, and PC, because the Wii and Nintendo 3DS, however, was not powerful enough to handle its next-gen lighting and visual effects. The engine is not to be confused with Havoc, which is related to certain physics tasks, or Sonic's team's in-house engine used for gameplay. Okay, so the Hedgehog engine is used for graphics, but there's an in-house engine that's used for gameplay, and there's also, what was that other one? Yeah, so, and then there's also a separate one for the Wii and 3DS, because they can't use the Hedgehog engine. Interesting. Okay, so, this Hedgehog engine was also used in some generations. As well as featuring camera position changes and blend of classic elements from other Sonic games. Hedgehog Engine is also used as a revolutionary new piece of technology. This was called the Light Field, which can create CGI quality graphics in the in-game graphics scene. That is cool. Okay, so this is basically just for graphics. And then Hedgehog Engine 2 was the one that they created for Sonic Forces, but the base in-house Sonic engine doesn't actually have a name as far as I can tell. Game engine. Let's go for that. Let's see what happens when we look for game engine here. Oh, it's just gonna say, take us to Wikipedia. That's fine. I know what that is, but what is going on with Sonic the Hedgehog 2006? So, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, as seen here. Let's see. Media, game controller, preceded by whatever. Development. Okay, here we go. let me see. I don't see anything about the engine here with it, though. Yeah, that's plot there. Huh. Well, a simple browse of the wiki won't show much, I guess. But usually they are pretty good about just talking about like the in-depths of the games. Let's see, trivia. Difference between Xbox have few graphical effects that are missing in the PlayStation 3 version. Yeah, a lot of the games from the PS3, Xbox 360 version were handled better and on the 360 than the PS3, even though the PS3 was in some cases the better machine. It just wasn't as good when it came to, porting. A less stable frame rate and lack of trophy support. The other minor changes, not counting ports, this game is a Sonic game that originally designed for the Xbox 360 to run at a full 60 FPS. Though there are some slowdowns in some portions of the game. Yep, definitely a lot of slowdown actually. There's also a couple more playing plays cat's choice, whatever. So not a lot about the game engine. So yeah, I guess we have to go into developer interviews maybe to talk about that. Huh. But interesting, like you said, there's not a lot of on the actual the game in-game engine, the one that, actually uh you know, does all the heavy lifting. Just the physics engine, which was Havoc. I think it's even been Havoc until Generations. And obviously the Hedgehog engine, which started with Unleashed in the 360 era. It wasn't really used, I don't think, in '06, but it definitely wasn't used in the older ones because they couldn't handle it. And let's see. But yeah, like, just in general, I don't think it was used in this one. Uh-huh. Well then. That's super duper interesting, but I think we'll end it off there. Oh, do you know about this? Let me see. Sonic Retro? Let's see. So this is a Sonic Retro page, and Sonic Retro is also a really good community site. What the heck? What is this? What is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is terrifying. Whoa. Wow. Oh my goodness. What in the world did they do to you, buddy? Oh, that looks almost... That's from the development of '06? What? That looks like... Oh my god, that looks like the fan film. Oh my god. He does not look good with that texture at all. Eeh, that's giving me Werehog vibes. Mm. Oh man, that is interesting concept art. Wow. Good thing they didn't do that in the final game. Like, especially, look, they have the peach section of his skin also be fur. But then, I guess his arms aren't fur, so... And I don't know. I can't see. I can't tell whether or not his ears are fur or skin. Wow, that is a terrible. Oh man, that hurts. Wow. I never want to see Sonic in that detail ever again. But then that also makes me realize they're gonna have to, because they're gonna be making a CGI film later on, and it's gonna be a hybrid of CGI and live action. So, are they gonna go like that style? They better not. They better just go the graphical fidelity of, I guess, Forces or Generations, because that looks absolutely horrendous. Yeah. Okay. Hey, TSMS actually, he validated one of my statements. It was giving me a lot of Werehog vibes, and apparently was used later for Werehog. Hey, that makes sense. Wow, that is a terrible texture on Sonic, though. Good thing they scrapped it, right? Well, you can say a lot of things about Sonic Team, but at least they dodged a bullet there. Okay, but that should be the true end of the stream. Like, after that, I gotta go to sleep. It's already almost gonna be 1 o'clock. So, yeah. So for now, I guess I'm gonna be saying goodbye to you guys. Really been awesome hanging out with you, TSMS. And earlier in the stream, I know that the Pickle Man, yeah, the Pickle Man came in for a little while, just to say hi or whatever. But yeah, no, super awesome talking to you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to stream again soon. All right, but for now.